All right. All right. All right. Once again, welcome back. Welcome back to another lesson and another session with yours truly, your domestic violence counselor, Mr. James Horton. Welcome back to my class. All right. We're going to be dealing this evening with a topic called domestic names we call our women. Right, brothers? Domestic names we call our women. We'll enter another phase of some of the things that we are called, but we're going to deal with that at a later time. I would like to, before I start this particular session, I would like to invite you again to subscribe to my channel, my YouTube channel. It's called Domestic Violence with the Counselor, Mr. James Horton. You can read it on our post here. I always post it up just in case you don't remember the beginning pitch to all the videos. And I need you, again, I like to keep saying that I'm in need of your support, as though you are definitely in need of my support, what I continue to do for you, the community, and also myself. All right, so let's get started. It says domestic names we call domestic names we call women. It says the definition of name. A name is a word or a phrase that refers to or that can refer to a specific person. A word or phrase that refers to a specific place or thing. Domestic names we call women has been impregnated in our minds, body, and our spirits. History has documented in many biblical writings the many domestic names we call women. The world has been known to label women with harsh, degrading titles. A depiction, a report, and an account of domestic names we call women are names we use in our everyday conversation, in our newspapers, our internet, websites, and weather reports. Names some people feel are biased titles towards women. I'm one of them. I believe they are, hey, that's why, even if I've done it before, I've got some soap and I've washed out that kind of stuff, because it goes back to mama, what I call mama, that kind of name. I'm just trying to put some stuff out. All right, and this is labels that seem to bind to and attach to bad things happening and allowing women names to be the ceiling glue to a bad label in most problematic situations. Titles and names like Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Joanna, Hurricane Kathleen, and Hurricane Nora. Domestic name calling is known to relate to character assassinations, mudsliding, and hate. Please answer the following questions, all right? Please answer the following questions. Number one says, domestic names you call women. When it comes to most relationships you get in or have been in, are you known to disrespect and call your woman out of her name because you hear other males disrespecting their women and calling their women out of their names? I mean, we got that copycat stuff. Everybody say they're not a copycat. I mean, but everybody's is not original with what they do. It's been seen before, it's been done before, it's been on our television programs, and it's just been done. If it's somebody that's famous that's doing a certain thing in a movie, we'll find that many of us will begin to adopt and copycat what we see the other people doing. We're almost like parrots, right? Almost like parrots. Because I do it, I see somebody else doing, right? Okay, number two, domestic names you call women. If you are the tail, the body, or the head of most relationships, should the body and tail persuade the head and tell the head what to say, or should the head remind the body what we should never say or do to the body or the tail? I mean, it's like, oh man, she did it first. Oh, well, you said you the head, right? Well, the tail did it. Okay, you're going to blame it on the tail, right? And I'm not sure if we really have any tails, but we use those words too. So, okay. Number three. domestic names you call women. In most of your relationships, do you call women by their birth name, or do you call women by their facial looks, or do you call them by their body frames? Right? A lot of times we're called, oh, she a bad, she got a bad, back there, and all that kind of stuff. You know, body images, disrespectful quotes many times. Some seem like they might be okay with it, but everybody's not okay with, you not acknowledge, many of us males not acknowledging one's mind, right? So that could be seen as a disrespect because some women, most women, I'm sure, uh, see themselves as more valuable than just what they look like on the outside. Right? It's just something to take in, right? Something to take in. All right. Number 4, domestic stupid names you call women. Are most of your stupid remarks based on emotional onion peeling, or are they based on selfish self-building? Onion peeling is like peeling the onion, and it can be dangerous when you try to go too deep, too fast, too early into a dialogue with someone that you may have just met or you may have been known for a period of time, but just peeling onions and peeling onions, get into the root of certain things and saying certain things, right? Thinking that's good can be damaging. Can be damaging, And a lot of times, many of us can find ourselves doing it on purpose, saying things on purpose to hurt somebody, saying things, repeating things that someone said to us, in ambush. Ambushers collect information from people and use it back to hurt somebody, and that's an awful thing. So be careful, be careful, be careful. and be careful also because as you do it, you may be one of the individuals, the kind of individual that build yourself up, after tearing somebody else down by peeling the onion. All right, so I thought I'd explain that to you. Number 5, domestic problem names you receive from most women. Domestic problem names you receive from most women. Are you known to tell God how big your relationship problems are with women, or are you known to tell women problems? Are you known to tell God? Are you known to tell women how big your God is? A lot of times we want to tell. Some of us will go and say, God, dude, this big old thing over here with this woman, and I'm so caught up. I can't go to work. I can't drive. I'm just out of it. I feel like I'm drunk 24 hours a day without taking a drink. And we have been known to get there. We can't get there, And they've been just going there, and we find broken relationships and individuals that were damaged before we met them. So the damage from their prior relationships become the damage towards us, right? She now is not the victim. She now is the actual perpetrator in many situations and may say things she really don't mean, but she's broken, right? So in those situations, we can either tell God what's going on, or we can tell that problem, what's going on. And so I phrase it like, do you tell God how big your problems are with women, or do you tell your women how big your God is? Right? Something I just wanted to throw at you. You can write that down. All right? To the domestic power agenda. For most names you call women, is your name calling agenda based on lifting all women up, or is your agenda based on pulling all women down? Right? Domestic power agenda. For most names you call women, is your name calling agenda based on lifting all women up, or is it based on pulling all women down? Right? You ain't got pull-ups, you can do a pull-up, but we're not talking about pull-up Pampers, right? Not talking about pull-up Pampers. You can do a pull-up, right? And you can do a pull down, right? So that's that. Number 7, domestic beneficial names you call your women. Did you know when you call your woman smart, she will continue to add smartness to you and to herself. And when you call her extraordinary, she will continue to bring extraordinary things and to her relationship with you, right? When you speak positive stuff, when you speak any kind of stuff, when you speak negative stuff, you're gonna get most likely negative stuff back. But when you be positive within you and yourself, and you be genuine and loving and caring, and you speak to lift a person up, believe me, I know I've experienced it. I'm experiencing. So this kind of thing, right, actually is a good, healthy package, right, to deliver. You deliver a good package, the package will be delivered back to you in good form, man, and even more larger than you even could imagine. You even could imagine, you know what I mean? You know, you ever could imagine. So I just want us all to take that in, all right? Just take that in. Number 8, we're going to close this out. Domestic reference names you call women. When it comes to most of your harsh, degrading titles, depictions, and descriptions, reports, and accounts of domestic names you call women, is your domestic reference name you call women really based on the way you feel about women, or is it really based on the way you feel about yourself, right? Is it based on the way you feel about all women, and why do you feel that way, right? And why do you feel that way is the question. We very seldom ask why when we make statements. We very seldom call it a domestic why, right? Okay, now, there's a why in this, the way I'm viewing it, and a lot of times people say awful things because they feel pretty awful about themselves, right? And I'm hoping that we can work on that. I'm hoping we can work on that. Now that's gonna be it, you guys, and thank you again for attending another lesson, another blessing with yours truly, the counselor. I really, really appreciate y'all digging what I'm doing. I appreciate you giving it some watch time and sacrificing some time in your life to, just be with something that I've put out, something that I've created. But I also want you not to forget, before the video is open, to put that red subscription button right there. All you got to do, your phone is set up with it, all you got to do is push it, right? Boom, you're in there. That's all you got to do. It doesn't cost you a dime, right? But it will pay you more than a dime. It'll pay you. It'll keep paying you, because that's what's happening here. Knowledge is power, right? Thank you again for attending my group. Yours truly, your domestic violence counselor, Mr. James Horton.